Hi guys, welcome back to another battle report of Hordes of Things. This time my Barbarian Celts take on the Golden Emperors. It's a fantasy Chinese army. Again, we're both going to be 10 mil armies, double the amount of figures of 15 mil, based on 15 mil basings. And this is the continuation of our Gaming Club League, and there'll be a few more games to come, so ideal. So, the armies that are taking part, the Golden Emperors has a Spear General, and 5 Spear, 2 Shooter, which is Crossbowmen, 2 Beasts, which are the metal golden Foo Dogs, and a Dragon, which obviously will start on the board. And for my Barbarian Celts, I have a Warband General, a 5 Warband, 2 Shooter, 2 Rider, and a Behemoth. So on the left of his lines, he's got his 6 Spear, the one with the flag there being his General. While to his centre he's got his 2 crossbowmen, his 2 shooter, and his 2 Foo Dogs, which are his 2 beasts, in behind the built-up area there. Down on the Barbarian side, I'm all jammed in the corner. The raised area there, that's my camp. And in front of that, I've got my Behemoth, I've got my 6 Warband, centre of which is my General, 2 Shooter in the woods in column on the left, and 2 Riders out on the far left flank. So in the Chinese first turn, he moves up with all his troops, and I do a similar thing. I just move up my main line. Luckily for my opponent, in his next bound he managed to roll a 6 and brings his dragon on straight away. While in my turn I move my riders up to the left, keep pushing forwards with my main troops. The side on my left is decidedly weak. I bring my Behemoth round to the left, and my shooters make their way through the difficult terrain. My opponent's bound, again he pushes forwards. I think he rolls a 1 first time, just gets the Foo Dogs forwards. In my turn I just push forwards as well. I don't have a photo of that. Then in his following bound, pushes everyone up and brings the dragon up as well to support. In my bound I'm pushing my warband around the far side of the woodland there. So they make their way around the left flank there, leaving the unit that was in the rough going behind. Just trying to push against his left flank, put some pressure on, but the shooters are going to intervene. They're going to be a bit of a nightmare because unfortunately my warband don't quick kill shooters. While on my left flank, his dragon comes forward, trying to take out my riders. Luckily, I managed to survive. And the whole board's looking something like this at the end of my turn. So I move my rider in. I can't engage him because he's a flyer. My guys, the shooters, were making their way through the woods just to help support my riders. And my warband reformed again to form their big line. And my poor Behemoth, I've kind of left him behind because I was low on pips, and tried to push the rest of my lines forwards instead. His shooters do have a go, but are unlucky enough not to be able to do any damage to me. And again, in my opponent's phase, he managed only to push back my rider. That's 2 combats so far. My rider's managed to survive. As you can see at the end of a couple of bounds, he's bringing his Foo Dogs up to support his dragon against the riders. The spearmen are slowly wheeling their way around the built-up area, and my warband charged forwards, didn't kill the shooter in the rough terrain, and pushed forwards as it is. Again, in my opponent's turn, my riders not only managed to kill one of the Foo Dogs, actually was only pushed back again by this dragon. While on the top of the board, my warband are pushing forwards, keeping driving his shooters back. Unfortunately, because I'm in the rough terrain now, my second rank doesn't support, so it won't fall off either. So the battlefield's looking something like this. I try and drive forwards again on the top side here, but even with the overlap, my chaps are pushed back this time. While in the centre, my shooter managed to shoot the Foo Dogs and drive them back so they're not overlapping my cavalry there. So after seeing my warband get pushed back, he decides to throw his other shooter in an attempt to try and quick kill my, well, not a quick kill, but try and kill off my general. But after that combat and me following up at the top there and pushing them back even further, I managed to wipe out both units of shooter here. So back over on my left flank, his food dogs came in to try and support the dragon, but unfortunately he only fought my riders to a standstill, and the dragon again failed to wipe out my rider and only managed to push him back. So up on the top, he starts swinging his spearmen round in a line a bit more. So I just reformed my guys into a nice line. I thought the best chance for me to take these guys on has to be relatively even. He's one up across the board, but I have got a quick kill against him. So if he comes in against me, I have a good chance. If I go in against him, I have just as good a chance. Over on my left flank, my riders are doing a sterling job of just trying to hold everything up together here. We fight another round of combat. But luckily this time, only one of my riders gets pushed back. But even still, I managed to hold one of the other rider against the dragon here. My riders are holding my left flank superbly. I'm just hoping my warriors can get into the spearmen and do a lot of damage pretty quick. So heading towards the end of my band, we're looking something like this. I push my guys back and forwards again. I'm desperately trying to bring my behemoth up just to help out and try and push this dragon away. At the top, my warriors all go in. As I say, my opponent's got +1 mostly across the board. He's got one overlap there, but I overlap his general. So fingers crossed I managed to break through quick and maybe wipe out his general. My riders managed to wipe out the food dog, while my warband charge kind of went to shit. Yeah, this didn't work out too well. Charged in, I was a 5 against 5 against his general spear with my ability to quick kill him, but unfortunately I lost, which meant my other warband was a 2 versus 5 and was killed. Still, my riders managed to hold up against the dragon there. You can see in the background he's also sending us the 2 spearmen. Just see the bases just coming into view there, just sending them over to support as I'm desperately trying to get my giant in combat as well. Hoping to push forwards, he did try to drive through. Unfortunately, I've managed to hold him. My turn, I've tried to counter charge to wipe him out. Unfortunately, I drew as well, so I'm stuck there. In the Emperor's turn, he pushes back my rider. At the top, you see things aren't looking too good there either. As you can see, he had swung around his spearman to attack my flank. It was his 5 to my 4, and I lost. It was a shame. I've not wiped out my general, but luckily so far I have killed more of him than he has of me. Yep. So fighting on, I chucked my warband into the back of that spearman. Without the spear support, he decided not to turn his general around and not get involved. In return, I managed to wipe out that unit and move my base forwards, and I'm getting ready to take on his general. So in the combat, my shooter opens fire. I managed to drive back one of his spearmen, just trying to protect my cavalry there. And finally on the top, I managed to wipe out his general and won me the game. So that's win to the Celts. Okay, so after that, it's now my opponent's turn to try to be in defender. And the table's set up as you can see. We have 2 areas of flag going, the road, the hill, and his stronghold at the back there. Again, his dragon starts off table. In my first bound, I just move up and take advantage of the situation. I'm aiming to swing my riders around the left-hand side of the Barbarian and swing him behind his lines, while my warband just go toe-to-toe with his spearmen. My opponent, on the other hand, takes a pretty steady approach to the fight and just moves up slightly. I think he's hoping for his dragon to turn up to make the situation a bit easier for him. Again, in my band, just steadily moving forwards. Slowly losing the shooters behind because of this shorter movement. But other than that, things are looking alright. So my opponent decided to hold still. He just moves his food dogs over my left, his right, just to try and protect his flank. My riders managed to get right round the back there. and I push myself forward as hard as I can. Here's just a close-up shot of the two lines facing off against each other, both generals, right in the centre there. My opponent spends his actions not moving, just moves the food dogs around to the left of my flank to protect me. So my turn, I just go in. I managed to win through on the right there, wiping out the two spearmen. The generals managed to hold off against each other, while my other warband just managed to get pushed back by his spear. My giant, on the other hand, went toe to toe with the shooters, and unfortunately didn't get anywhere there. So, in my opponent's turn, he decides to send his food dogs into my warriors, causing me to turn to face them, and then his spearmen into my flank, so he's got a quick kill benefit here. Other than that, he didn't have very many pips, just moves the other food dogs around, just to try and stop my warband trying to break through his lines. And he successfully manages to wipe out my warband, 2 bases of, and he forces my general back in the centre. Again, my giant is being unsuccessful against the shooters there. So my turn, I use the guy that's supporting my general to move to the left, pinning the 2 guys that are there, keeping my front flank against both of them. I then move my general in against his general, while bringing the supporting guy that was to the right of him across to the left. And yeah, just trying to push my way through. My rider's trying to get in behind, might have a go at the stronghold if I can. With that last push, my warband managed to hold off against each other. My general goes through his general, and my giant managed to finally go through the shooter. And with that, his general was lost, and he'd lost more men than I, and that was the end of the game. So, thanks for watching, guys. That's 2 wins to the Celts for this one. I seem to be doing alright so far. I think it was 1 win, 1 loss against the Crusaders last time. And yeah, I think I'm up against some 50mm elves for the next one, with a complete mix of infantry, cavalry, and even the giant treeman in it as well. So until the next time, guys, I'll see you then. Take care. Farewell.